Dear students, in this unit, we will talk about the importance of evolution. And the example is the evolution of drug resistant bacteria. Now, you are aware that bacteria are the pathogen which causes diseases among plants, animals, as well as humans. And there are certain antibiotics or the chemicals which have been developed in order to kill or reduce the population of those bacteria. Now, the global use and misuse of antibiotics has led to evolution and spread of bacterial resistance to all routinely used antibiotics. If we recall the antibiotics which were used 5 years ago or 6 or 10 years ago, they have become obsolete. They are not being used now because bacteria have become resistant to them. And this is because of the evolution, or the bacteria has evolved certain characteristics which has make those antibiotic useless. Now, resistance is often defined as the inheritable ability of a cell or an organism or bacteria to grow at higher concentration of an antibiotic, irrespective of the duration of the exposure to that antibiotic chemicals. Now, resistance can be intrinsic, whereby the physiological properties of all members of a species allow it to resist the action of certain antibiotics. This can arise within the organism, or it can also be acquired through de novo mutation or via the acquisition of antimicrobial resistance genes via horizontal gene transfer. That means, as we are aware, that bacteria can exchange genetic material through plasmids, and plasmid routinely they have antibiotic resistance genes on them. So those bacteria which do not possess antibiotic resistance, they have the ability to acquire through horizontal transfer a plasmid which carries those genes which can give antibiotic resistance to that organism, or certain mutations in that area where a certain mutation acts can also result in the origin of the evolution of drug resistant bacteria. Now, the composition, structure, and interaction within the microbial population are known to affect the horizontal gene transfer of antibiotic resistance, which means those bacteria which are more social, which have more interaction with the environment and other bacterial species, they tend to have the ability to acquire more antibiotic resistant genes. It is becoming evident that intra and interspecies interactions also influence how species respond and evolve under antibiotic exposure within the microbial communities. Now, antibiotic resistance is a consequence of evolution via the natural selections. This means that an organism which is under the pressure of antibiotic, some bacteria which have mutation or which can withstand that antibiotics, they have the ability to survive and live on in order to reproduce and stay more. They will pass this trait to their offsprings, which will be a resistant generation, and this will lead to a change of the antibiotics and to the synthesis of new antibiotics. Antibiotic resistance occurs when bacteria change in some way that reduce or eliminate the effectiveness of the drugs, chemicals, and other agents which are designed to cure or prevent the infections. The bacteria that survive and continue to multiply, they result in causing more harm to the either plants, animals, or the organisms. Now, mutation can result in the antibiotic resistance in bacteria. Those resistant bacteria have the ability to survive antibiotic exposure and treatment, and can increase in number through the process of natural selection. If mutation gives the bacterium an advantage in a particular environment, it will grow better than its neighbors and can increase in number it is selected for. So this result in the evolution of a species which will be resistant to certain type of existing antibiotics. And this is about the evolution of drug resistance resistant bacteria.